Hello and welcome back to Devin's Bible Study. I'm sorry I've been gone so long. You get busy and I've been studying more verses. So today, we're going to be studying Galatians chapter 6, verse 1, all the way down to verse 10. And that is about harvesting what we plant. I'm going to read to you the verses, and why don't we begin? So it says here, "Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by sin, sin or temptation." So how do we help that person back to Christ? Well, it says here, gently and humbly. So we need to be humble and gentle, not harsh and forcing and prideful and trying to look better than that person, because we are no better than that person. All of us have sin in our life, and it's up to us to try to encourage each other to overcome that sin and have a relationship with Jesus Christ. It also says share each other's burden. In other words, we all struggle with the same burden of sin. However, when we stand with each other, it is much easier to overcome and to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and it would be much easier to follow his laws. Even though it's still not going to be easy to always follow God's laws, if we help each other through it, it will become much better for us in following the laws of Christ. Now, it also says here, if you think you are too important to help someone, you are only fooling yourself. You are not that important. I'm going to tell you exactly what Paul means here. What he's saying is that we are no more important than anybody else. And if we think we are more important than anybody else, then we're only fooling ourselves. To Christ, we are all equally important. A celebrity is no more important than you, and you are no more important than a celebrity in Christ's eyes. Christ loves us all equally. And if we trust Him, He has a plan for each and every one of us. So we need to pay very close attention to our own works, and we need to have a lot of self-awareness in how we are acting. Because not all of us realize that we are acting in sin a lot of times. And it is very important to overcome our stubbornness and sinful nature and look within ourselves to become better people in Christ. We also need not compare ourselves to others, because to Christ no one is more important than the other. When we pay attention to our own works, we understand a job well done, and we won't have to compare ourselves to others. And God tells us not to compare ourselves anyway. We should only compare ourselves to other people when wondering what areas we can improve in. And that's it. We all just need to help each other improve. And that's the only reason to ever compare yourself to somebody else. And like our teachers provide good teachings for us, it is also important for us to provide what we know, the good things that we know, to our teachers as well. And then because teachers also learn from their students. And we also need to be aware that we can never mock the justice of God. Justice will always catch up to us in the end when it comes to Christ. When Christ comes in His second coming, He will make sure there is justice for all. So we all need to be aware, if we're only in life to please ourselves and be selfish and sinful, we're going to reap, or we're going to sow death, pretty much. They will sow God's judgment, but those who live in Christ will reap everlasting life. Following Christ also takes perseverance, because it's hard to follow all of God's laws, because we are naturally sinful people. However, through the power of Christ, that is how we can be righteous. Christ will always help us and give us the tools we need to overcome sin. And He also gives us each other, so that is why we need to help each other overcome sin as followers of Jesus Christ. So that's it for Devin's Bible study. I'm back on posting videos on Sundays, so tune in next time. Have a nice day, everyone.